year was 1954 at the Carrera Panamericana race in Mexico. The 54 La Carrera, as they like to call it, was won by a Ferrari 375 Plus. The race was held in 8 stages over a total distance of 1,900 miles. Phil Hill and Richie Gunter took second place in another Ferrari, about 24 minutes behind. Hans Hermann finished third in his Porsche 550, followed closely by another Porsche 550. There was also Porsche 356s running, and there was a whole class of Lincolns that were running in the race as well. 1954, Volkswagen entered 7 VW Beetle Type 1s in the Carrera Panamericana race across Mexico. That was the last year for the Panamera race in Mexico due to safety concerns and problems. There was 7 deaths in that race alone, which was horrific, as well as multiple injuries. Famous race car driver Carroll Shelby was injured driving his Austin Healey 1000 during the race. VW against the factory directive not to race. The Mexican dealers decided to do it in order to raise visibility of the brand across Mexico and to help increase the reliability of the cars, which in fact they were building in Mexico. They thought they could learn a lot from racing. In the end, the race was won by a Ferrari 375 and I think followed by another Ferrari 375. Third place was Porsche 550. Fourth place was another Porsche 550. There was a lot of competition from American vehicles as well. The Lincoln had a whole Capri racing team there, Dodge V8s. There was Ford V8 cars back in the day, and also Alfa Romeo raced. Yeah, there was even hot rods that were racing during that time. Studebaker had their Commander, and even Hudson had a car entered that did quite well. I don't think it was the Hornet. I'd have to look it up, but it participated and was competitive also. It's interesting to note, in order to keep the lag times high, the Volkswagens ran single file one after another so that the first one would break the wind and the other cars would draft in behind in order to decrease the wind resistance and use the engines to their most efficient advantage and to keep up with the other cars. I'm sure the other drivers would be surprised to see that, the Chevrolet Bel Air guys and watching the Volkswagens go by one after another, tucked in behind each other. The big American V8 guys wondering what will they do next. Not to mention the D-type Jaguar drivers looking down their noses at the Volkswagen guys. But it was a successful start to motor racing in Mexico and North America. And there was already considerable racing happening in Europe and Africa. And we're going to talk about that in another video. All things considered, they did a great job in 54. Volkswagen came in 7th place in class for 1500 cc's and below in the sedan category. A lot of what they learned at these early races were applied later by modifying Volkswagens with Porsche engines, such as the early Porsche 356 engines and the 550 Spider twin cam engines that they installed and used for extreme racing competitions. It's interesting to see the Carrera theme carries on with newer VW Beetles through the years, some with Porsche power, mostly Type 4 or 914 power plants being used in the Type 1. Also, some 6-cylinder engines being adapted from the 911. And Porsche 5-speed transmissions being adapted, as well as using 17-inch Porsche lightweight cast wheels and low-profile performance tires. Well, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks for watching. See you next time.